with Cole healthy, with Nova back now, do you like the balance you're setting with veteran guys in the rotation?
I like the fact that we've got guys with experience. You got a guy like Nova that's still 30. He's only 30 years old, and he's got the experience he has. And Cole's had valuable experience through challenges and through some success. Tyone, how about his mindset coming into this spring compared to what it was last spring? You know, he's in the rotation. He earned his spot. Chad Gould did some really serious work for us, some really blue-collar work for us. He's going to have every opportunity to maintain and hold down a rotational spot. I like the experience in there. I like the guys we have in. I like the options we have to fill in the spot, whether it be a fifth starter. Nova was a nice add to come back. And the guys on the club felt the same way. And I like the way the bullpen construction has taken place over the winter. Well, we did the things that we targeted to do going into the offseason. And we feel very, very good about the men that we've put in a Pirate uniform.
It's still day one, but some of these guys who so many guys debuted last year, does that create maybe fewer guys with a little deer in the headlights look early in camp?
Stephen, I think it does. You know, I believe 10 of them are here. Not all 12. There's something to be said about experience. There's something to be said about familiarity. There's something, you look at sport all the time. Experience does matter. Experience does play. And while it was hard in some areas last year, one of the upsides of the embracing the hard part of it was giving young men an opportunity to come in and cut their teeth at the major league level and now come back to spring training knowing what to expect of the season, knowing the level of competition and talent that they play against, and be more representative of the work they need to do to get ready to go in the season. I do think it helps.
As a group, for these guys to start off spring training and get themselves going as a group for the starting rotation, what do you think best serves them? What should they be working on as a group to handle adversity down the road and for the better part of the season?
Well, adversity may come. It probably will in some area. Change is the one thing that comes. I mean, the game continually changes. The one thing you can count on is change. These guys, it's going to be a first full season in the major leagues, possibly for Cole, possibly for Jameson. Cole's healthy, so all of them have different agendas walking into the season. However, collectively together, I do think they draw a lot of energy off one another. They know each other. They've competed together. They've watched each other perform at this level to have success. They've watched each other go out there and had rough starts as well. So the collective mindset, the connectedness that they have, I think bodes well for us. The other beautiful thing is this is the first time that we have filled a lot of our depth options internally with our own players. Our minor league system has been so fertile and so productive. We've got guys in camp now putting themselves in positions that we believe that will help us sometime in the 2017 season. Internal options that have grown up in the organization.
And how much can Francisco play a role in that to just establish rapport with every pitchers and getting them on a connection with pitches and everything?
We believe he's as good as there is in the game about bringing the best out of the pitcher, making the guy on the mound feel like he's the most important cat in the ballpark tonight. He's got the ball or when he gets the ball. The learning curve, he has experience with that as well. There'll be some new faces in here. He's got some experience with all the other guys as well. So, his positivity, his energy rubs off and feeds off these guys. And I think they do pump him up as well because he's been around, seen some different things. When he looks at the staff and the way we're built and the men that we have in the rotation, he gets excited.
First big league camp for Meadows, for Newman as well. These types of guys, what do you tell them to put their best foot forward, to help them put their best foot forward?
Well, we revisit what we do with guys coming up to the major league level. Fear nothing, respect everything. You're going to get a helmet with one flap on it, too. That's something new for them. Make sure you get one of those. You don't have to, you can drop your pants down a little bit, too. You don't have to wear them up around your knees. So take advantage of those little liberties, those little fringe benefits.
Drop the bottom of the pants.
Yeah. Pant leg. Pants, yeah.
I know what you meant.
Thank you.
Just looking out for you.
Use your eyes and use your ears. And develop some conversations. Don't be afraid to walk up to a guy that's got some time and ask him. Our guys are really good, though, at reaching out. Andrew's really good at reaching out. Marte, in his way now, has been able to reach out. And Polanco. So I love the mindset that we have in that clubhouse. These guys, they horizontally take care of one another so well. They take care of each other so well, and we've got more of that with the more Pirates we have in camp.
Last week you mentioned that the improvements Tyler needs to make need to come at the major league level because he's been so dominant at the AAA level. How do you get him time at the major league level if he doesn't fit into the rotation?
Well, he's got to go out and compete and show some improvement in some areas here because there's no free pass. We've got other guys that are in competition as well. And we're going to do what's best for the team. However, I think him knowing that coming in, there's certain things he needs to pay attention to. He does need to ratchet up, perform better along those lines. He's well aware of it. It's not that it can't happen. I just see a guy that has plus stuff at that level, and it's not his fault. It's the separation of AAA baseball and Major League Baseball that he can go down there and guys don't get on base. So there's not the need that there is at the Major League level to control the running game, to mix pitches, to so much. He's aware of it. Hopefully we'll get some of that this spring. We'll get him out there and be able to push him a little bit this spring and see where he can take it. But he's ready to go. He's fired up. And it's I think the lessons from last year are really going to benefit him going into this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. You bet.
For the music today.
No, it wasn't my iPod playing. I had some selections.
What's the method behind that? Madness? Behind the method?
The game's not played in deaf silence. So we thought we would bring something to the table that would freshen things up. Hopefully add some rhythm and rhyme to some guys' steps and their minds. And just go out there and play ball.
Clint,
Tempo.
Clint, the unknown of Gung, is that worrisome? Like when he's going to be here, who knows what's going on over there?
No, we're not worried about it. I think we just need to do what we're supposed to do and play our part. I mean, we've made an organizational statement. You've got that. Neil spoke to it. I don't have anything to add. No, I'm not going to worry about it. We'll figure it out as we go.
Are you comfortable with the options you have there at third base?
Yes, we've got options. We've got depth. So we've got 62 men in camp right now that we're going to get ready for a major league camp. When Jungo gets here, he'll be one of them. However, we've got guys that could live up to our next man up mentality and what we've been able to do in the past.
With Josh Bell and his situation, similar kind of uncertainty, what are you planning on as far as getting guys reps over there, first base, outfield, that sort of thing?
We've got depth, so I mean, Jaso can go over there, Freese can go over there, Rogers can go over there, Osuna can go over there. We've got men that can man the position and men that have manned the position before. Josh actually activated today and did some cardio work and played catch and took some dry swings in the cage, so he's on a road to recovery.
Would you hope that Marte's, when we're with your WBC teams, that Marte plays in center field and Andrew plays in right for those two guys to kind of get acclimated? As well as Gregory in left, I mean.
You know, the conversations that we've had, they know what we have in play here. However, to tell them that they need to play the game according to what we want to play them, I'm not so sure that's the best way to support it. We've made our suggestions. They've got responsibilities within the country and with the personnel they have there to go accordingly, so it works out to be great. If not, we're going to have opportunities to get them reps here. Nobody's going to be, in a position for the first time outside of Andrew.
Right.
And Andrew, I know Andrew will take care of it professionally. While he's here, he'll have some time, and then when he goes there, he'll be able to have some time. If he's not in that position in the game, to still go over there and work pregame.
What was that conversation like with him when you informed him of the decision? I know you said you brought it up at the end of last season, but what was the actual conversation?
We had, you won't get the actual conversation. There was multiple conversations. There was conversations throughout the off season because we're talking about taking a player. Your franchise player, the guy that covers the face of your organization, and asking him to do something that we felt would be for the betterment of the club. I actually asked all three men. So the conversations were individual, they were collective, somewhat connected. We've built a relationship over the years, so I think to have a conversation, he was respectful, he was professional. I shared my thoughts, he shared his. We continued the dialogue throughout the winter. We backed away for a while so we could go have time to enjoy the winter as well and free it up. And then when we had our conversation when he got back in Sarasota, when he returned to Sarasota, that's when we decided to initiate the realignment and put it in play, and had conversations with Gregory, had conversations with Marte. So each man had concerns for the other guys, which was very encouraging to hear. And at the end of the day, all of them want to do what's best for the club. And Andrew feels very strongly that he can continue to play center field, and those opportunities can still be presented to him. Marte's not playing. Marte needs a day. He can slide over. We've got 3 men going out and playing in the WBC. We'll see how that all finishes up when they come back. Hopefully all 3 will come back healthy, and we can actually see this take place and get to work on it.
Offensively, is the plan to keep Andrew in the 3 hole to start this season?
Yes. Yeah, we had that conversation as well. We like the men, the core group that we have. We like the lineup. Looking at it, we had some guys fit into some spots last year. We got some guys that I think that can add value to the top of the order. We got some guys that can hit in the middle of the order. We got some guys that showed offensive initiative at the bottom of the order. So there's another year of experience within that lineup. Each man has room for growth. All of them are bringing an edge to the table based on the fact that we didn't finish where we wanted to finish last year, and we got a fresh start this year.
In Gong's absence, would Freeze be your everyday third baseman, or would you kind of mix and match maybe?
Yeah, I don't think on February 14th that we're going to go every day right now. I think we're going to get Freeze reps. We're going to talk about Frazier getting some reps there. We've got some other guys to look at. You know, Rogers put a lot of time in over there. You know, we could get a crazy thought. Harrison's played third. I'm just thinking off the top of my head right now. There's different opportunities for guys to go over and still man the position. I think we'll just see how spring works out, how health plays. But we feel very confident in the men that we have to handle the corners and obviously handle the middle of the infield as well.
You mentioned Frazier and Jay Hay. Is that where you're looking for outfield depth now too, 4th and 5th outfielders?
They could go into that mix. They've both gone out there and played representative outfield. I think it's a big year for Frazier. He's got the experience behind him. He'll know more about what he needs to do and how he needs to do it going into the season. Jay Hay, I don't want to have much more conversation about that other than he's played the position before. He's always been a guy, if we got pushed into a corner and we were short in some areas, he'll pick up a glove and go play wherever we need him. We liked what he brought to the table at second base. We liked the defensive range that he showed there as well. So, again, the versatility we have with our roster is going to give us a lot of options moving forward.
With Cole healthy, with Nova back now, do you like the balance you're setting with some veteran guys